everybody, and welcome to a Wednesday afternoon here on Kobold Chats. I am your resident little red dot. Over here just holding the Warrens down with all of you. Excited to be back. If you haven't noticed, I'm not quite moved into my new place yet, but I'm super duper close. I hope everyone is doing so well today. I'm really excited for today's Kobold Chats. I know, but Dot, you don't have a guest, so you're just going to be chatting with yourself. Wrong. I'm going to be chatting with you. I'm going to be chatting with all of you at home because today we're cracking open Shard Tabletop. I am so excited about this VTT. If you haven't heard of Shard, go check it out. Like I said, we're going to be doing it today, but you can go to play.shardtabletop.com and, well, check it out. I have a suspected feeling, just based on the little bit that I've dug around, that you all are going to be super impressed with this today. But before I can dive into Shard, you know that we cannot start a Kobold Chats until I spill the beans. So I'm here to spill the beans. What can I spill the beans about today? I can spill the beans about two things. One, if you missed the Courts of the Shadow Fae run of our actual play that was happening on Monday nights, don't fret. You can check it out on YouTube. We did close out this season. Gasp, I say. Clutching pearls, Dot. Does that mean that there's going to be another season? Why, Dot, yes it does. That means we're coming back for season 2. Sometime in August, we're going to be announcing we're going to have the cast back, and we're going to continue what turned out to be a really heavily kind of, I want to say action-packed, but there wasn't a lot of fighting. It was like intrigue-packed, lots of political and romantical drama, and we ended on a very high cliffhanger. So I'm very excited to continue that. So keep your eyes and ears on social media as we continue to announce when the second season of Courts of the Shadow Fae will be back. And this time around, we're going to have some character art. So if you love the characters, which I did, they were also eclectic and unique and so very set for the campaign Courts of the Shadow Fae. You have a chance to go watch, get caught up before season 2, or you can swing on over to koboldpress.com and pick yourself up a copy of Courts of the Shadow Fae. Just saying. I'm just saying. And while you're there, why don't you pick up one of these snazzy Tome of Beast shirts? Look at me go. Look. Here, I'll show you. I'm wearing my workout. I don't know if you can tell. I'm wearing my workout pants. Oh, my muscle. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Go pick up your copy of Tome of Beast. But we're going to be able to take a peek at Tome of Beast today inside of Shard Tabletop, which I'm super excited about. Second thing I want to announce is we've got a new show coming while we're in the break from Courts of the Shadow Fae, and something this fall that I can't quite say yet. Those are beans for another day, but I'm excited that we're going to be launching an all-female and non-binary cast pirate show. So if you want some salty seas this summer, boy howdy, I'm excited to announce that we're going to be coming in on Wednesday nights with a just killer cast. I'm absolutely so stoked. I cannot wait. So, more information on that. Like I said, follow our social media. Follow us here so that you can kind of keep up on what we're doing and when we're going live. Do love some pirates. Yeah, me too. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited for pirates. This will be not any campaign of Kobold Presses, but I'm going to be GMing that one, and I'll be using a lot of Tome of Beasts, a lot of our Prepared. If you had the opportunity to check out the Kobold Press charity game that we ran for Critical Hers a few months back, you might have gotten a little prologue to what you can expect coming into this one. So I started that little one-shot using the Prepared series, and it just got so... We just loved it so much we had to all come back, so. Yep, exactly. Most recent Warlock Glare sounds like it fit perfectly. Hey, good call, Granville. Don't forget your Warlocks are out. I think we actually just dropped a new one today. Don't hold me to that. Yes, what be a pirate's favorite letter? Arr! Aye, you be thinking that, but a pirate's true love be the sea. Thanks, PH, for our corny joke of the day. Our corny dad joke of the day. Yeah. Oh, it is pirate themed. Okay, I felt felt like it was. So the new Warlock dropped today. Remember, if you are part of our Patreon, you gain access to all of the Warlock zines. But if you're not, you can head on over to koboldpress.com and get your hands on our Warlocks. And they're some of my favorite things that we produce. One, because they're really, when we release, they're really specific. So that's always helpful, especially if you're like looking for a thing, you know. First off, there's a ton of them, and they're just really helpful guides with additional stuff that GMs can use at the table. So, okay, enough from me. Whew. I think I got all that out. I'm shaking it out. Yeah, Strange Tale of the Sea. So, let's dive in. So, if you are unfamiliar with anything other than, Roll20, which tends to get used quite frequently, I am really excited to show Shard to all of you today because it is, well, I already, just having kind of messed around in it for about an hour, have some serious love for this VTC for a variety of reasons. And so I want to share kind of where I'm coming from as a GM, but today is going to be super interactive for all of you. Remember how I was saying, but Chelsea, or Di, this is Kobold Chats. You're not chatting with anyone. Well, we're going to be building a character today inside of Shard. And I'm very excited because Kobold Press comes standard. Some of our content comes standard inside of Shard when you sign up. Along with having additional resources, I believe, in terms of our campaigns and stuff. So we'll take a look at that today too. I'm a lucky little dot and have access to everything. Shard spoiled me. So we'll take a look at what the full access can get you, what it means to, yes, so many good Kobold Press contents available on Shard, including Toma Beast. So we'll take a look here in just a second. But there's, like I said, there's a few things that I just really think are stupendous about this VTT. And yeah, so you know what? I'm going to just stop talking about it and take you right on over so we can take a look. Now, remember, you are going to need to sign up. Easy, email, the works. And much like any other VTT, you'll be able to build campaigns in which you can share with your players. So let's take a look here. I'm going to transition us over. So play.shardtabletop.com will take you right on over. And you'll have a chance to sign up, using whatever email and things that you choose. Now, is the character going to be a kobold? Well, here's the thing, Paladin Hulk. That's a really great question because I think I'm going to let all of you choose how we build this character today. So there's a couple things that we can do. Anybody who gives bits during today's stream gets to claim an aspect of the character, whether that be class or race or background or something that they want to see, a spell that they must have. We're going to kind of mock up a character. And then we're going to hop over to the campaign side and take a look at some of the really easy ways to use the maps, some of the really cool tools that are available for GMs, including, fog view, and the things that you're really used to, but then also some of the really cool stuff that I like as a GM. And welcome in, everyone. I see you there, Clockwork Kobold, just in time for us to say, is it going to be a kobold? I don't know. Chat is going to have to decide. So this is kind of your basic dashboard when you come to, when you come in, this is your basic dashboard. Now, I am loaded down to the nines thanks to Shard Tabletop with a massive library of resources. Y'all look at this, right? So first off, if you are a fan of old Kobold Press, let's talk about some of the incredible Kobold products that are currently available on here, okay? Most importantly, Zobek Gazetteer is one of my favorite pieces that we have available, especially if you're playing in the Midgard setting. You got to have the Zobek Gazetteer because so much happens around the free city of Zobek, and the Gazetteer gives this really deep kind of look at what's happening amongst the city that may not be seen on the surface. Yeah, there's my library flex. But then, of course, you're going to get a couple of the player's guides, right? We've got the Hero's Handbook, the Underworld Player's Guide if you're going to be running anything in the Underworld, which you can do because Empire of the Ghouls is right here, y'all, right here. You've also got both of the Tome of Beasts available, which is, just in terms of having a library of monsters, huge. Yes, Chad, you too could own such a magnificent library. Go to play.shardtabletop.com and find yourself a mass array of digital Kobold Press books that you can add to your home library today. I don't think Wolfgang knew what he was getting into when he asked me to do this on his channel. So what's really cool about just the library alone is how quick and easy it is to click through the content. Sometimes I find with my VTTs, I end up digging through a compendium or a mass thing or trying to search for something. Then I go, wait, what book was that out of? Why can't I find the thing I'm looking for? Or maybe I just need to quick search. Or I'm like, no, I know for a fact this is in the Zobec Gazetteer. So you can pop open the Zobec Gazetteer, and what's really cool is it feels like reading a book, which is really nice. It doesn't feel quite as hands-off as a lot of digital content tends to inside of these VTTs. You're going to see, kind of the usual. You can even you can even check the, I love this quick drop down too. That's like, no, I love this gang guild, right? It's like a clickable PDF, but for your browser, which I think is really swanky. All the art is in here, which is also really, really cool. Y'all, look at that. That's so beautiful. Why does Kobold Press have the best art? Yes. So quick and easy. And of course, look at how, quick and clickable the actual text itself is. It's all hyperlinked, which is super nice because I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. I as a GM, most powerful influential guilds are blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh, the Brewers Sisterhood, give me some of that. What is that? Right there. This is so nice in terms of being able to find the content you're looking for. And look, you can kind of scroll backwards through it, right, if you wanted to. Or you can just kind of skip back to where you were. You can look at influential families, which we know is huge for the city of Zobec. So I think this shows like what a great reference book looks like on Shard. Let's take a look at a few other things. Let me go back. I am still learning things, y'all. Here we go. Haha. Let's check out that library. But let's say I want to do something like, just the Tome of Beasts, right? Like I'm just looking for one of the codexes, or I'm looking to find a beast for my game, my one shot, my whatever I'm running. First off, alphabetized. Swell. That is so sweet, right? There's even a villain codex in the back, which I think is really, really cool. If you just want to like quick scroll. But, here they are, right? NPCs, table. There's nothing like being able to pull up a quick table, which doesn't often happen. It has to become like map layers sometimes or things like that. So again, a very quick reference. And because this is all inside of a, like a browser window, I can open multiple browser windows, which makes this really quick and easy in terms of what I'm looking for on the reg. So there we go, right? Kobolds. We talked about kobolds. You know what? Let's talk about those kobolds. Here they are. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him. A little stab and his little stuff. Different kinds of kobolds, right? Ways that you can use them. Chieftains. I'm sure there's all kinds of kobolds here. Trapsmith, like it. So, you get the idea, but I love that the stat blocks actually look like stat blocks in a book. They don't get converted into another way. And look at this. Boom, boom. All these things, clickable. And that is super swell. It doesn't take me to a new page. It just pops the thing I'm looking for, because this says, the Kobold Chieftain has advantage on attack rolls, blah, blah. Oh, look, what does incapacitated mean? Hey, quick reference to what incapacitated means. The same thing here. Like, I can say, well, I don't know what poison does. Well, there's the reference. It has disadvantage on attack rolls. So in terms of just quickly finding what you're looking for, the bare minimum, the thing that the GM is always trying to do on the spot, in the moment, while in character, wrangling cats at a table, putting stuff in initiative order, finding things is always the hardest. So I end up just making stuff up, right? But being able to have things at the click of a button very quickly in this way, holy moly, is just super swell. I actually disagree, LARP, because that means every time I move my mouse and hover over one of these, it pops up. So LARP Strong, I definitely appreciate that, but I like having to click on it because it assures that I know what I'm actually, like, I'm choosing it and not just hovering over it where a bunch of boxes are popping up, which can be terribly distracting. But it is great. Yeah, it doesn't open up in a window. It opens up right there, and I love that. All right, now, that being said, so just having access to your library outside of a campaign is so nice because, like, what if I'm just sitting at the table with my friends and I just need my reference library? Like, if we're rolling IRL dice, it still doesn't stop me from needing this library of things to run my game. And when I'm going to conventions or I'm sitting at tables, I don't want to have to carry all my books. And we all know I love my Kobold Press books, but I can't carry 2 tomes, a codex, a gazetteer, a world book, a player's hand guide. Like, all of these things become a lot. And so having them this way and being able to, like, swing open a laptop really fast and have access to my library in a way that feels like my books is really welcoming to me as a GM. All right. So, well, that's the bare minimum, right? And let's also look, just reference material. What if I don't know it by a book, but I really need a blank? Or I just need a quick pre-generated character. I can actually search these. I can create a new pre-generated character, which we're going to do here in a second. And I can just add those pre-generated characters to a list. Sometimes I get saucy as a GM and I'm like, what if I had this NPC? I don't even know what campaign it's going in. But I've got this idea for this goblin, and this goblin, they have, I don't know, whatever idea, or they're like, oh, they're deeply tied to this guild, where they don't really belong, and I just want to see this character built. Maybe I need them for another time. It's so nice to be able to just add pre-generated characters to a list in which I can quickly search. Oh, nice. So you're in the middle of deciding to use one over the other because you heard Shard, you can turn on and off compendiums if you use multiple third-party ones. Correct. So yeah, there's a couple things here that I think are just really, like, just in terms of the searching and finding information, it's very handy. It's very well organized. And as a GM, it makes me feel really seen in terms of needing to find what I need to find when I'm running, like, 90 to nothing. Or my players are like, oh, I don't know what that spell does. Well, guess what? Right? Now we can search it. Now we can find it. I love that I can do it by class. So nice. I love that I can do it by level. This is just like, just having that list right there in front of me is so nice. And I bet you, oh, beautiful. When you click on it, instead of taking you to a new page, again, it just pops up. If I'm filling something in, the copy and paste is very, very easy, but I love this. And, oh, the cherry on the ice cream for me, it tells me the source book at the bottom. What a swell thing, because if I do have my books on me, and I do want to point a player to it, I can do that and be like, oh, duh, Hero's Handbook, and pop right over. Oh, nice. So we could be like, what if we did like, can I search for it by no, okay, so I can search for it here by transmutation, sorry. Let me clear some of these things. Yeah, okay, so here I can search for it by, like, I could just say, just give me all transmutation spells. Love that. And then, as pointed out, you can also just search for what you're looking for. Like, I want to look at water spells. Anything that's got the word water. Or I want to look at fire spells. And it'll list all the things that have fire in it, which I think is really, really neat. Let's see. Goodberry. One of my personal favorites. Let's see. Do I need 3 monitors so I can see the playing field / stream plus chat and Discord plus online game sources? Well, not necessarily. I'm running right now everything off 2 monitors. But now that's just me. If I had my folks up in Zoom with me, I would need a 3rd one. But since it's just me right now, no. You use Shard in a campaign where 2 of your players use tablets, and it works beautifully for this situation. That's so great. Girk Dentley. I really like that. I was thinking the same thing. I recently got like a tablet for this very reason, because now I don't want to carry books to conventions and things, especially after the year of 2020. And so I'm looking for very quick ways to have references to all my favorite stuff. And this is just so easy to use. Like, picked it up that fast, immediately could find what I was looking for. I just have to say, like, I feel like using it on tablet or some kind of handheld or small laptop is just, makes everybody's life so easy. Okay, so let's build a character. I clicked earlier, but we're gonna pretend and do this from the top. Now, chat, this is where I'm gonna need your help. We're gonna build a new character. The pre-generated name is Sarpes Raboff, which I love. We're going to figure out what Sarpus does here in a second. There's a random name, which I think is fine, and you can always change the name after, so don't fret. We're not stuck with Sarpus. Oh, I love that. You needed that search option for something like a character that has been cursed or punished by an ice queen of the Feywild. You wanted to keep all of her spells ice. Exactly. You could have just searched ice or cold. I just think that's so helpful. He wraps arms in a cliff. All right. Here he is. Now, already love the character sheet layout. It feels very easy. Everything, as you can see, is pretty much clickable. You know what I'm realizing, y'all? You probably can't see my mouse. Let me, for the sake of making this more visually helpful, let's try that again. Now, if I transition, let's see if it'll show my mouse. It may not, but, so yeah, there you go. So we're going to start at the top. We're going to build a character together. I need from you, chat, suggestions on a race. Now, I want to show you how this works because I love this. First off, you can click on anything and fill anything in, but I love this option of click to pick a race. Now, you're seeing these racial builds, like cards, which I think is so helpful. Like, being able to say, okay, this next to this, no, I really think the build needs to be with the dexterity versus the strength. This visually is single-handedly so helpful. Oh, you're looking to add artwork to the card soon. See, y'all are killing it over there at Shard. This is so super helpful. So you can see where some of these things are coming from, right? So the Shard Tabletop core content pack, you are getting some of Kobold Press's content, like the Dampier. Inside of that, you can see some of those things. But yeah, I just love... I love this. I love this. Now, this is not, of course, your only options, right? You can always search for more. You can search by books. There's also just some base racial things here, right? So, like, if I wanted to do rat folk, here's rat folk, which is very quickly. These are basically quick options right here on the screen. I love it. So, I'm going to need to know, what race should we be, chat? I feel like we gotta be true to old Kobold Press. Now, we could go Kobold, but we have so many choices. And you know I'm living my best Darrow life right now, so just sticking with Kobold. Okay. Oh, Bear Folk. We got a Bear Folk. We did get a Bear Folk in there. We haven't built a Bear Folk yet. I've not actually built a Bear Folk yet. Okay. Love you some bears. Shade has been tossed out. I don't know a whole lot about shades. And a shade comes in the core content pack, which I think the Bear Folk doesn't. That's part of the Midgard. Okay. You know what? As to stick to what is like base, what you can like get your hands on quickly. All right, we're going to go shade. This will be interesting. Sometimes a person's passion, purpose, and will to live are so strong, their tie to the living world is so unbreakable that their memories create a vessel for their soul after their body dies. So there's some cool things here. When you click on it, it gives you more options, right? Talks about living origin, age, and things like that. Ghostly flesh. Yeah, this is cool. Okay, we'll make a ghost. Sharpest the Shade. I feel like maybe he's a pirate ghost. Captain Sharpest. Medium-sized character. Living origin. So see, one of the cool things is like once you've picked the race, then it prompts you through a series of like next steps, I guess you would say. So they're gonna get an ability +1. I think if he's a pirate captain, what if he's a really charismatic one? Oh my gosh, you immediately thought of Noir Spider-Man from across the universe. Let's see. Okay. I love this idea of a charismatic shade. The shade knows. Ability, another ability, looks like modifier. Let's see. We're going to do charisma and constitution. So this is where yeah, this is where the origin piece comes in for this build in particular. I don't know what quick origin. When you were alive, your walking speed was 35 feet. When you were alive, it was 30. I would say, you know, I was a pirate. I bet I had a peg leg. Ooh, imagine a shade monk passing a knife hand through his opponent. Shade shadow monk. Love that. Constitution, charisma. Slow, maybe. Actually, you know, if we're going to build it as a monk, I would think they were quick. And I would imagine that they probably speak some kind of infernal. Or actually, we could do, let's do deep speech. That sounds fun. All right. Did I get that right? Oh, interesting. It pre-builds it for you, right? This is if you wanted to change it. Huh. Interesting. I dig that. Okay. Well, we're going to play with it anyways. Deep speech. Change. So now, did I do it right? Oh, no, I didn't do it right. I didn't do it right, everybody. Close. Pick race options. But I don't... Oh, I have to choose a living origin. For now, we're going to do a test to make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, okay, great. So you basically have to fill in the living origin. So let's figure out what living... As a living echoes of who they once were, shades maintain some of the traits they were born in life. Choose another race as your living origin. This is the race you were in life. Your size and speed are those of your living origin, and you know one language spoken by your living origin. Oh, no, come back. Wait. Where did... I wanted to change it. I didn't do it. Oh, well. Ooh, life drain. Oh, and check it. You can mark it once you've used it. That's really sweet. Okay. I'm just babbling now. That's okay. I got it in there. Now we need to choose our background. Like we said they were a monk in their past life, or are they a monk in their second life? That's a good question. I can just click on shade on the top left. Did I miss it? Oh, I see it. It moves it to the bottom. Interesting. So in my living life, they were a, so they have to be something before, oh, y'all. What if they're a bear folk shade? Get the best of both worlds. Yes, this is a bear folk shade. Very charismatic bear, lots of constitution, because they were a monk. Yeah, I'm thinking bear folk shade. This is ridiculous and fun. Could you imagine just like a ghostly bear folk? This is too good. Yeah, shadow bear. Okay, let's change that. I'm saving it. Now we need to select the race, which, wait, did we just do that? Did we just do that? Bear folk. Close. Did it save is the question. I think it did. Yes. Yeah. Oh, this would be to change the race from... Got it. Okay. Background. So I'm thinking, is this, yeah, what are the bare necessities for this shade monk? I'm thinking maybe, I mean, this is their background. This is what they were before. Before they were... So many choices. Look at all the choices. Y'all, I have to let you know this, the simple idea of a tourist as your background, like all you do is go from city to city and wear really obvious clothing and take pictures of buildings that nobody cares about. That is a character I would play. And the fact it is a bear folk tourist, that is hilarious. Dancing bear guide. Did I miss the dancing? Oh, Dancing Bear Guide. Okay, done. This is great. The Lodge of the Dancing Bear is a loose, widespread organization that stretches, right, from Bjornheim to the northern coast. Okay, members of the lodge known as guides are a rough and tumble lot. As a dancing bear guide, you are at home in the wilds of Midgard, but you make forays into civilization for the express purpose of exposing city dwellers to the freedom of the wilds. I love this. Yeah, we're gonna be a dancing bear. A dancing ghost bear. Yeah, I came back from the dead because I haven't seen all the cities yet. My travel journal is not full. Okay. Let's see. I would think if they are of the wild, maybe they need to speak some kind of Sylvan? Yeah, I'm thinking they need to speak some kind of Sylvan. Okay. Yeah, I still need 5 more stamps on my passport. All right, now here comes the part where we pick the class. Now, we were saying I really love this idea of a monk, a like dancing bear monk. This is really great. So, again, let's just talk about how easy this is to use, y'all. Other than giving you the very quick and dirty, which is like, what are the traits you're gonna get? That like quick look at the monk. The fact that I get to see the tables. Before I select it, I can scroll through like that entire page. I don't have to open a book. Don't have to go searching for something. I don't have to confuse my player by shifting 50 pages. This is just wonderful. And then, of course, again, all of the clickable actions of being able to, right, find out what each of these things do if you don't know. Right? Unarmored defense, the usual. So we're going to select this because I love this. All right. So proficiencies. We're going to have to be proficient in acrobatics and athletics, I imagine. But the other question is, well, okay, do we do, I would think, is it athletics or acrobat? I think it's going to be acrobatics, not athletics. And do we think that they're a stealthy ghost bear? A little shade bear? He's casting so much shade. Berry shady. Yeah, I was thinking, let's do stealthy. We're gonna do acrobatics and stealth because dancing bear. I just want y'all to know, every time I say dancing bear, all I can think about is the Grateful Dead. I'm a bit of a Deadhead, and by a bit, I mean I'm hella obsessed with the Grateful Dead. And so every time I hear dancing bear, all I can think about are the Grateful Dead dancing bears. Is there a shadow monk? There might be a shadow monk when you level up. We're gonna find out. So what tool am I proficient with? A war gong? Stop it. Stop it right now. I will ring that gong every chance I get. Like, the most, like, could you imagine a shade, a ghost that haunts people and all they do is wait for you to go to sleep and then they ring a gong? A war gong. Horrible. I really kind of want bagpipes. I think a dancing bear with bagpipes is... Yeah. I think, I kind of want him to have bagpipes. Yeah, okay. I was thinking a dancing bear with bagpipes feels like a pretty perfect, yeah. You know, we're going to add a level. We're going to add, just because it's fun, we'll add a second level of monk. Now, let's talk about this. Leveling up a character, I find, is always very difficult in a VTT, or can be, because either you have to prompt through the compendium system, or you have to go look for the book and then manually update, and you never know if you're going to make a mistake or not. But I really love the way this is laid out, where you can see it level by level, step by step. So we're going to just take, for the sake, we're going to take average hit points. Yeah, we'll just take average because that's easy. And then we're going to add another level. We're going to do up to a level 3 so that we can pick a monastic tradition. I'd like to see like a little bit fuller of a character build. So we were talking about Way of the Humble Elephant. I don't know. Let's see. Way of Salted Hunger. Way of Still Water. Wow, I have to... The Way of the Tipsy Monkey is pretty great. Open hand. Way of the humble elephant. Oh, you're right. It does say sated, not salted. Thank you. Way of sated hunger. That feels a little vicious for our dancing bear. I'm going to be honest. I do love this way of still waters, as if you don't see them getting ready to come. But when strife finds them, though, they deal it with a swift and decisive use of power and grace. Oh, you're right. He is technically a shade now, so maybe he does need to sate his hunger. The hunger for tourism. No, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, Way of the Humble Elephant. Yeah, I'm stuck between, okay, I'm really feeling, okay, no, I like this. I like leaning into, this used to be a happy dancing bear. Now this is a shade dancing bear. I dig this. As long as I'm dancing, I don't need to eat or drink. Yeah, we're gonna select this. I like this. Way of Sated Hunger. Alright, so we've got 3 levels of monk. We took average hit points both times. Close it out. Let's just see how we're going. Looks like we're doing good. Hit die are rolled in. Hit points are here. There's still obviously some things we gotta fill in. Pick our abilities. Now, let's take a look. This is where the dice rolling starts to happen. Yeah, I dance to satiate my hunger. All right, let's take a look. We can do standard array. Let's do, y'all know I love rolling for scores. So, we're going to do the standard best 4 D6. We'll roll our 6. There they are. Not great numbers. How did I get a 4? Can you even get a 4? I guess you can. There's no way. Oh, I guess you can. I rolled all 1s. Okay. Any thoughts on what the 4 should be? Because a 4 is an oof. 4 is so bad. I've never rolled all 1s ever in my whole life on anything ever. You roll 4d6, it means I had to roll all 4 1s. That is such a sad, sad score. Yeah, I'm thinking this is an intelligence dump. Just a simple dancing bear. Yeah, that was a pretty awful roll across the board, to be honest. So, let's see. Well, we know if I'm a monk, it's got, my dexterity just needs to be my highest one. I have already bumped my constitution. I think our wisdom is going to be, our intelligence is going to be, no, I think our wisdom is going to, no, I think I'm going to do the don't status intelligence. Unless you're a pixie. So Dex is a 14. We do have a +2 bump to Charisma, so why don't we make that the 10? Making that a 12. The Constitution could take the 11, making it a 12. Oh, no. No, I think we're gonna need to do, y'all, these stats are bad. These stats are so bad. I think we do this and this. So we're a smidge more balanced. Oh, maybe he is. Yeah, but then anything, he would always have to attack with Dex. Yeah, it's a little doofy. They're a little doofy dancing bear. Okay, there it is. And y'all, every intelligence roll is a -3. I have never in my life seen such. I ain't never seen such. It's true. Super flawed. There it is. Super not smart. Can dodge and take a punch maybe. All right. So let's keep going. Note how very quick and simple this was. Filled it in, plugged it in, right? Y'all look at how many negatives. This bear. Yeah, that level 4 ability increase can't come sooner. So bad. Okay, we'll keep moving here. So, good, looks like the saving throws fill in. Now, I want to show you, hey, that was at least a good roll on my part. I want to show you a couple of the ways in which the rolls happen and how easy it is. Because if your players are using these character sheets, for me as the GM, I usually can find what I'm looking for, but it's my players usually that can't. They're either new to the character sheet, new to the game, new to some aspect of what we're doing. And because of that, they struggle finding the thing. Do I click here? Do I click there? And so now, to be able to see all of this laid out and just say, click the thing. Click the strength saving throw. That was a really bad roll. Click the... How does this keep happening? Yeah, there it is. But one of the things that I also love is it sets you up to do things like advantage. So if I call advantage or disadvantage, just to be able to click advantage right down here, blink, rolls again, takes the highest number, and it very clearly shows you the higher of the two. I think this dice rolling system is just really clean, really nice. Yeah, love it. I can also choose, so let's take a look here. If I hit the die, not every time are you going to roll the thing. Maybe I just need you to roll a percentile. Roll it up, gives me that percentile, does the math for me, and you can use this little caret, what that little triangle's called, to drop and open the like archive of the dice rolls, which is also really nice. So lots of clickable things on the sheet, right? So here is my key points. Lots of different things there. But we got one more thing to pick, which is our starting equipment. Now, let us recap. We were a dancing bear in our past life. Now, we are a dancing shade bear. Oh, really? You can also customize the digital dice and other characters can see them. That's very cool. So there are some limitations around the free counts, but hopefully all of you will consider some kind of addition to your account because, whew, this is so easy. I'm kind of like, maybe my next campaign I'll just run it in Shard. So starting equipment. I just don't foresee a dancing bear with a short sword. I'm going to be honest. I feel like they're going to have a different weapon. And let's be real, they're a monk. So we want to have some kind of something interesting. Something. Okay, I'm thinking darts or maybe a sling. Something that, like, the bear can, like, dance while using it. Yeah, why do I suddenly imagine this dancing bear traveling bear? So Paddington, he has to travel with a worn yellow jacket and a crumpled hat. That sounds like me. Oh, yeah, you're right. The hook could be fun. Okay, the Nurian hook. I dig that. Welcome in, Werewolf Fields. We're doing a little open character build using Shard Tabletop, which is a new VTT to market that, you got Kobold Press stuff all up and in the library. And so we're just having some fun today, kind of cracking open character building. Okay, so I like this. I like this a lot. So it is from Midgard. So we can do a dungeon. I feel like Explorer Pack better suits our dancing bear. Darts. Shows you kind of what the darts look like. Okay, so it does look like I get some darts anyway, so not totally out of the dart loop, but I do love this Nurian hook. I wonder if it'll let me, well, maybe when I come around here in a second. Okay, I get a hunting trap, add. Okay, so basic stuff has been added. Remember, you can always come down here. These things fill in rather quickly. Looks like I got a map of the region, so forth and so on. Okay. And y'all, stop. Can we talk about this journal here at the bottom? Shard, you've been holding out on me. Why didn't you tell me? Y'all, this is so nice. Oh, this is so nice. For those of us that do regular sessions or streaming, to be able to log your adventures by the weeks, by the date, adding the sessions, talking what we're doing, and then having session notes right here on your character sheet. Mind blown. That is so cool. And look, you can add like a new session to it if you needed to like drop a new like journal entry into the mix. Yeah, having that fill-in journal is super excellent. You can add the locations of where you've been, right? Keeps auto-filling, but you can see all of these, like, yeah, I love that. Yes, the journal, very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, so we've kind of bare minumed the character sheet. And I do want to take a second and go from character building over to campaign planning so we can see what that looks like. Yes, I bare minumed this. So Sarpis Raboff was a dancing bear until, for whatever reason, his tragic end left him feeling unfulfilled, as if he had not finished his last dance, and instead he's come back as a shade, the shadiest bear ever. Yeah. Oh, man. Wow. Yeah, we can barely contain our happiness. Again, super duper easy. I remind you again at the top, there's like quick click, so it jumps to where your needs are on the page. So helpful, right? So helpful. Welcome in, DM Stretch. You just missed us making our very berry shade dancing bear. Yeah. Okay. So we have a character. Here's Sarpis. Boom. Oh, wait. I wanted to show y'all this before we go. Okay, very cool. Sometimes you have a token to upload, right? Meaning, like, you want to upload it from the computer. Fine. But, I say that. But, I love this. Search the web. Search for artwork. So, Shade Monk. I think I'd rather do... Let's just see if they have it. They do not. That's fine. I just want to look for bear. What you got for bears? Come on, searching the internet for bears. Dancing bears. There it is. I was looking for some dead references. Okay, this is him. There he is. I'm picking that one. That's my token. And what's cool is I can come through here and actually put him... He doesn't have bagpipes in this one, but... Save. Oh, I can pick the border, too. Oh, y'all, this is so cool. Look! Y'all know I love options. This is very cool. Oh, I'm gonna do green. Feels like a green dancing bear. Save. Okay, check it out. There he is. The dancing bear. Loaded straight up from the internet. Sarpis Raboff. Our dancing bear. Now, there's our token. We can see Sarpis. But let's pop over here to campaign. So if this DM Stretch is Shard Tabletop. You can go to play.shardtabletop.com and check out more of this VTT. It is slowly working its way into my heart as maybe my favorite VTT on the market. I'm a little obsessed at the moment. So, if we come back, we're going to start a new campaign, because I literally haven't built one. We're going to call this one, The Plight of the Dancing Bear. The Plight of the Dancing Bear is our campaign for the day. Now, this is more of a dashboard for the GM. It is so super cool. Yeah, the way that this is laid out in terms of logging things, finding your creatures, building out what you need. You know, it's so many times, I can't tell you how many times I've tried to plan campaigns in VTTs, and it's just easier for me to, like, quick write my notes. To be like, page blah blah for your, for X, Y, and Z monster or beast. But here, I can actually just quick do this. So, let's add a monster. I can pick any monster I want. Since this is the Plight of the Dancing Bears, I feel like a groove bear. There it is. We're going to add 2 groove bears to this lineup. Adding those monsters. There they are. You can see off to the right, their stat blocks, which is huge. Because this is right? Our minds, this is how I look for stats in a book, and this is what I'm used to. And so to have it laid out this way, and to be able to very quickly be like, hit, rolled, boom, look how beautiful that is. Or to be able to say, no, I just need to make that hit. 10 plus 5 is 15. Yeah, I'm going to do it at advantage or disadvantage. And I can show now we have 2 monsters on the board. Really super easy. If I hit start, I can see that there are tons of encounters here that you can load in. So if you're playing through one of the adventures, right? So like maybe you're doing Ghoul Emporium, you can click through and find exactly what is built into the Ghoul Emporium for Empire of the Ghouls. Here are planned attacks, right? So I want a forest path. I want something on a beach. Right? This is the Empire of the Ghouls one. So if I click it, it preloads everyone. Boom, boom, boom. Bears, boars, dwarven reavers. Yeah? So that I can see everything. And then here, I should be able to... Yeah, so see, I can adjust as it goes through. Yeah, hence groove bears, yes. Yes, there is DM Stretch. There is a, when you sign up, there's like a free version that has a certain amount of base level content inside of it, including some Kobold Press content, which is why we're so very excited about it. And then there's a lot of options for you to add new campaigns, add additional bits to your library, tomes and campaigns and other things. Here, I bet is, yes, so inviting my players, send a key to players to allow them to join the campaign. If you'd like to invite someone using something other than an email, right? So here's a link. Man, this is very nice. Grid on and off. I can zoom in and out so we can see the map. There's a lot of really cool things that I like. So this is under a fog layer right now, right? I can actually undo all the fog. I can clear all the fog so that my players can now, when they come in, see everything. But one of the really cool things, let me fog it all again, is I can click just certain sections. So as they land on the beach, right, because we know that's going to be the first thing that they do, I can click the beach and unfog just the beach. None of this like dragging and trying to draw what I want unfogged. Yes, it is. This is the beach map from Empire of the Ghouls. Oh, toddler emergency. Yeah, we're talking about how easy it is to turn on and off the fog layers, which I think is really, really cool. You can pin things on the map. You can add a map or add a pin so that your players can be like, here. Yeah, the fog presets are amazing. So I can fog. So again, now my players can't see anything because the whole thing is fogged up. But if I say, okay, no, we're going to unfog this. We have the encounter on the beach. Where, you know, bears and blah, blah, blah. And then they can come through here and I can unfog this piece. There we go. It's at the top. And then just this piece. And so it really gives this clean outline of... And another really cool thing, so I can fog all, is I can actually build fog regions. So if you load in a map, which you can absolutely do in Shard, and from, say, another thing that you're working on, or maybe it's hand-drawn, these red lines that you see that kind of appear, the lining around the sections, you can build those yourself and set it so that you can basically preset your fog layers. That's a great question. How much is... Shard. So it's probably going to vary depending upon the content you add to your library, I would assume. But if you visit their website at play.shardtabletop.com or ask Scry Society there, they might be able to answer that question for you on the spot. Cool. So if we're down here on the beach, I'm going to unfog this so that we can actually see what's going on. I'm going to also take the grid off because my eyes. You can see that there are... I can click the tokens of what's on the beach. And I can do things like add conditions to them. I can add damage to them right here. So I can be very transparent with my players and keep everything kind of really organized, honestly. Here is turn order, right? So I can change the order in which... yeah, I can change the turn order. Move that one down. Go up. Show my players who's going when and where. So helpful. And then I'm guessing when your players are in, they can get added to this turn order as well. And it shows you how many rounds at the top every time you loop through. So no more of this, it's your turn so-and-so, it's your turn so-and-so. Being able to see that arrow now going to round 3 Groove Bear. I think that is another very handy thing. You know, communication can be so difficult across the internet. And when you have things that make communication better, that is what makes a great tool for a GM. Because when communication becomes easier, then everybody at the table, from the player to the GM to the group at large, is now able to have more fun because they're not bogged down in trying to resort to new means of communication. Oh, a sale for Independence Day. Get on that July 4th. All right. I love this. I love this so much. Now, let's say, I don't have a player in here, so I can't actually see at the moment, like, a player perspective of this. Like, them logging in, but I imagine that it is just what it like, seems. But then your players can also build their characters, load them in. Ooh, a Reaver's Cave. Ooh. Oh, right, so this would be from the Book of Empire of the Ghouls, telling you where, like, all of these things are. If we finish this encounter, you can see, now this is really nice. If they finished the encounter, depending on what they killed, if you are an XP, like if you prefer to level up via XP, maintaining those numbers can be so difficult. And if you miscount something or you missed a thing, it can be really problematic because somebody's got to keep track of the numbers. I love that at the end of the encounter, you can hit finish, claim it as a finished encounter, and it will tell you the experience that they are receiving. Right? I love that. Treasure, right? It talks about what they can pick up. Instead of me having to go scour through a book and be like, oh, what was the stuff that was on the dwarf's body? I can literally click treasure. And it tells me right here that on this Cannibal Dwarven Reaver, there is a gold ring. So easy. And if I'm planning this and I'm doing GM planning and I want there to be additional treasure, I can add new items. Look at this. I can be like, oh, and in addition, there's this whip. Save. Now, this encounter has been altered to fit my campaign, which I think is another huge thing. You don't oftentimes get to edit a pre-built campaign that is coming kind of in a collective book of some kind. Yeah, exactly. So it's like a log, so I can always go back to it and reference it as I go through the campaign and build things. Now, even if you're not... Yeah, so... Right, so as my players come in, you can see the player list here, who's playing what. They will have a version of their character sheet, just like the one we just built for our dancing bear. I can change settings for this. Oh, I can pick my dice. Look, red! We have to go with red. Looks like there are enabled extensions that we can use, including like heroic feats, which I think is really neat. Additional packages for in our campaigns, right? So you can see like this would be where I give them access in their character building to the compendiums that I have. So I can come through and click, right, on what we have and what I need and what I don't. Preferred content, disallowed content. So if I'm like very adamant that we're not going to have any of X, Y, and Z in this campaign, I can go through and just turn that option off for my players. And another very cool thing, and this will be what I close out on before maybe we take like just a few questions because I'm already over time. I talk too much, y'all. You can let people come in to watch your campaign being played. I love that. You can get just a watch link. How many times in games do people are like, I don't know if I want to play, but I'd love to come watch you. There's a literal digital watch version of this, right? What does watch mode look like? Let's find out. So when they come in, look at that. So they're only seeing the part of the map that I give them. They're seeing the bears, right? This stuff. I can click if I want to maybe keep up with things, which is really nice. So I love this. This is like a minimized version, which means at any point, even during a live stream, I can let the audience come into our digital tabletop. which I really, really love. I want to see if my dice change to red. Yes. Oh, man. Today is not my day for rolling, everybody. Cool variants are neat, but you're really all about the readability. Hey, I totally agree with you. And I think I find them extremely readable. And then being able to see that nice like tally there to the right is really nice. Then I can be like, oh, roll with advantage, do it again. Hey, that's so much better. So that's also very, very nice. Last thing I want to do is go back to my dashboard. So we can see now here are all of our campaigns. Very easy to access, right? I feel like I should be able to... Some of this I may have to spend some time working on, but looks like I can, oh, I see. Okay, first off, I love drawing on things because sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, over here is something that wasn't in the module that I planned for. It's a water bear. Actually, let's do, how do I, oh yeah, clear drawing. Okay, wait, I got an idea. It's like, oh yeah, over here in the water, this area, there is an H2O bear. Bear. That looks like a Y. Close enough. There we go, bear. Can something in the Reaver's Cave text be edited says changed by the GM? Let's find out. If I hit edit... Yes, it does look like there are certain things that I can... Yes, absolutely. I can come in here and, like, if I wanted to rewrite this, right? So this is the prompted, like, description. And if I wanted to change that, I could absolutely come in here and change the script, I believe. And instead, air akin to roasting bear flesh. Oh, and look, I can put an emote. Now, this forever says roasting bear flesh. That was a great question. And something, again, it happens. Like, sometimes I'll plan campaigns, and I'm like, we're not actually running Empire of the Ghouls. I just really like this cave encounter with these dwarves, and I just want to use that in my campaign. So I'm going to pull this, and I can alter and modify the text as written in a way that better suits the needs of the campaign. Yeah, it really is. It is super, super duper cool. Looks like there are some handouts, right? So another thing that I really love about Shard, and I promise this will be the last thing I say, is the level of accessibility. The accessibility of this platform is so nice. For example, if this is what I am reading out loud to my players, not all of my players are audible learners or listeners, right? Some of them I am like that. I need to see it to totally understand it. It's really nice if I've written a script to simply be able to say, share this with my players. I pick the handout. I pick the handout and I can show it as a handout. And now everybody sees it. So as I'm reading it, those that want to audibly listen can. Those that need to visually read it also can. Let's see. If I come out of this, can I? Nope. So many things. So many things that I could share, and maybe we need to do another kind of dive into Shard where I actually plan a proper campaign, and not just kind of make kind of surface look at what's available. And maybe we'll do something that is not tied to a campaign. Like if I'm going to come in and build this pirate campaign, maybe we'll do it inside of Shard, and we can see what that actually looks like. That's a great question, New Classical Mel. And I already see Scry Society there saying you're not sure about that, but you can always follow up with the dev team. This computer doesn't have me set up so I can do my screen reader. That's my laptop. But I will attempt to maybe, because you can like highlight, right, and then have the screen reader read it. That would be one way, maybe to do it. So we really appreciate you looking further into that, Shard, and letting us know. Yeah. So there we are. Kobold Chats for the day really was dives deep into Shard Tabletop. You can go right now and start using Shard for your own games. And again, I think VTTs are going to be one of those things that even as we come back in person, and we begin to play games together, being able to have a full library and online reference tool like Shard is super duper handy. And as much as we all love D&D, I think one of the things I love most about Shard is that it also includes other content. Obviously Kobold Press, but you can see all of the many partners that they have there at the top, right? So there's like a Midgard bundle. Peterson Games is involved, so you're getting some of that Cthulhu mythos in there, which I think is really, really cool. So I think this is not a VTT to take lightly. It is accessible. It is very easy to use in terms of finding the content that you need. And at least in terms of the way my mind works as I go to build a campaign, because I'm always altering, I'm always cutting, like, I don't need that, I'm just going to pull this thing. It is very modular in that way. It allows me to alter where I need to alter. It's super duper user friendly in terms of building characters for my players and merging the content directly onto the screen where I need it. And I really, really love the fact that I can have people come into the room with us and view it without actually having to have access to everything. They can just come be audience, or they can just come be viewers of the campaign that we're playing. And I think these are all things that make this VTT top of the line, in my opinion. So there you have it. A little quick dive into Shard Tabletop today. I agree. If they can access it with a screen reader, you think they'd really like the system. I can't imagine that you can't, based on, I don't know what kind of screen reader they're using, but most screen readers, especially if it's a box that pops up, the screen reader will be able to read it. So I would hope that they could get really great use out of this, because Shard is kind of blowing my mind. All right, everybody. As we wrap up today, reminder. Yes, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Shard has been so kind to join us for the day and be able to answer questions that I might not have been able to. You can definitely expect that we're going to continue to use Shard here on Kobold Press. In fact, I'm already planning the next thing I'm doing and how we're using it. It's gonna be great. I can't wait. But until then, you're all gonna have to sit tight. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. It is a holiday weekend here in the States, so enjoy whatever it is that you're doing. Please be safe. If you haven't been poked twice, wear your mask. And yeah, not pooped, poked. There you go. I wanted to make sure that the closed captioning got that right. Definitely poked. There you go. And we'll be back. I think we'll probably crack Shard open again as I do some more Dungeon Master planning for some upcoming campaigns and things that we've got on the horizon here for Kobold Press. If you want to go check out more about Shard Tabletop, you can do that at play.shardtabletop.com. And if you have a friend that may want to check this out, or you want to pitch Shard to them, remember, this Kobold Chats will be available right on our YouTube channel over at Kobold Press, where they can maybe take a look and see some of the things that I did to scroll through and see if it would be right for them. Other than that, we will see you all back here next week. Same Kobold time, same Kobold channel, for more Kobold Chats, where next week we're actually going to have a guest on. With my move, I needed a week to not be scheduling people, but we're going to have a guest back next week, and we're going to dive deep into some more Midgard lore, I think, and take a look at cracking open the very mysterious world of Midgard. But until then, don't do anything a kobold wouldn't do, everybody. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.